Oh, this is a situation, gentlemen. The feds are on to me and it's getting too close for comfort. I mean, here in Minnesota, where the winters are colder than Tim's approval ratings after that whole One Minnesota fiasco turned into one big mess.
Borrowed? Ilhan, honey, that's like saying you borrowed your brother's hand in marriage or borrowed votes from a graveyard registry. The whole state's buzzing about it. Daycare's popping up faster than Tim's flip-flops on policy. From pro-police to defund faster than you can say Minneapolis riots. And now you're thinking of bolting back to Somalia? What, to start a new franchise of Feeding Our Fugitives International? Pack your bags with unmarked bills and don't forget the hot dish recipe. Somalia's never tasted passive-aggressive potluck perfection.
Fleeing isn't the solution, Ilhan. I mean, come on, you leaving? A lot of this chaos was your, shall we say, brainchild. Remember when we thought turning Minnesota into a daycare fraud paradise would solve the budget woes? Now it's like a bad Vikings game. Lots of turnovers. Everyone's getting sacked by the IRS. And the fans, that's the taxpayers, are booing from the sidelines. Keith Ellison's probably sweating bullets too, pretending he's just the AG and not part of this clown car parade.
Hey, listen up. I've got a foolproof plan this time. We launder the money through a chain of Somali food trucks, selling hot dish with a side of hush money. No one suspects a thing in Minnesota. Everyone's too busy shoveling snow, complaining about the Twins' losing streak, or debating whether Spam is a food group. We could even throw in some walleye fishing tours as a front, hook, line, and sinker for the feds.
Last time's plan was, and I say this with the utmost respect, the dumbest shit I've ever witnessed. A daycare heist? Really? We had more fake kids enrolled than actual voters in Keith Ellison's last election, and that's saying something in a state where we once elected a pro wrestler as governor. And don't get me started on the audits. It's like trying to hide a walleye in a kiddie pool during ice fishing season. Pure amateur hour.
You're not wrong, Tim. And while we're at this, how about we don't entertain Cowie's ideas for a while? His last genius move involved bribing officials with Prince memorabilia. Purple rain checks that bounced harder than a bad check from the DFL. Newsflash, Purple Rain doesn't wash away federal charges, and neither does claiming it was all for equity in the daycares. Ilhan, your lies about that 30 mil are stacking up like snowdrifts in Duluth.
Enough, okay, focusing on plans that don't get us arrested or worse is what we need. I've already got the squad texting me memes about my vacation to Somalia. AOC's like, girl, take the camels and run, beat the heat before the feds turn up the grill. But seriously, with all this corruption spotlight, daycares siphoning funds like they're the new Mississippi River headwaters, and me caught fibbing about millions like it's just tip money for falafel, I'm sweating more than a Minnesotan in a sauna after eating too much lefse. And Tim, your National Guard delays during the riots aren't exactly helping our clean image.
Nodding vigorously, pretending to jot notes on a napkin stained with hot dish gravy. Camels, that's actually not bad. We could smuggle the cash in humpback briefcases, label them as humanitarian aid for the boundary waters. Add some mosquito repellent as a bonus. Minnesota's state bird would approve.
Fine, let's brainstorm. Nothing too far-fetched, no brother sleeping incidents, and definitely nothing that screams Fed magnet. How about we pivot to something legit, like invest in electric ice fishing huts for the Green New Deal, or blame it all on the Republicans. Say they rigged the daycares with hidden Trump ballots, and that's why the numbers don't add up. We could even rope in Amy Klobuchar. She's got that comb-throwing energy to distract the press.
Oh, please, Tim. Your ideas are about as fresh as leftover tater tot hot dish from last week's church basement supper. Ilhan, if you're really ditching for Somalia, at least send postcards. Wish you were here. Fraud-free beaches, no Amy Klobuchar side-eye, and the sands warmer than Jacob Frey's hot seat after the George Floyd fallout. And Kawi, your food truck scheme? That's like hiding money in plain sight, except everyone's too polite in Minnesota to ask why the sambusas cost $10,000 each.
Haha, very funny. But let's face it, with the Feeding Our Future scandal blowing up bigger than the Mall of America during Black Friday and me caught lying about that 30 mil like it's just pocket change for halal snacks at the Midtown Global Market, running might be my only play. Somalia's calling, less snow, more sand, 0 grand juries, and no one asking about my campaign finance oopsies with the hubby. Plus, I hear the piracy industry's got better ethics than Minnesota politics these days.
All right, if we're going full comedy of errors here, let's at least cover our tracks. No more wiring money to phantom daycares. Next time, use Venmo and label it for the Lutefisk Fund or Emergency UFTA Relief. Minnesota nice only goes so far before it turns into Minnesota indicted. And Ilhan, if you do flee, take Keith with you. He's got that whole Attorney General gig that's about as effective as a screen door on a submarine during flood season.
Tim, you're killing me with these gems. But seriously, folks, this crew's got more scandals than the Vikings have playoff chokes. Ilhan's fraud feast, Tim's riot response roulette, Kawi's half-baked heists. It's like a Coen Brothers movie set in St. Paul, but with worse accents and real jail time. If we don't smarten up, we'll all be sharing a cell with a view of Lake Superior.
Wait, new idea. We start a GoFundMe. Save Ilhan from the snow, send her to sunny Somalia, pitch it as climate migration. Minnesotans love virtue signaling. We'll rake in donations faster than a snowplow in January.
Kawi, that's actually not terrible. But let's add a twist. Claim it's for refugee relief and loop in some DFL donors. Worst case, I end up back home with a tan and a clean slate. Best case, we turn this mess into a Netflix special. Minnesota mayhem, daycares, dollars, and Democrats gone wild.
Group hug? Or should we just start packing Ilhan's bags with unmarked bills and a side of wild rice? Either way, let's wrap this before the feds show up with warrants and weak coffee.